Hello friends, Arder here, and this is Zeepkist Super League Season 5, Round 5 Rollercoaster Round Review, where we play in tracks that should be looks like roller coasters or like really similar for them. 15 the best from the contest were chosen by the judges, and we play in them here. Again, if you're new, and I just try to explain what the ZCL overall. But yeah, as for me, like looking on several previous rounds when we have a lot of new players and just players who just new for ZSL, they like take for example Ronan. I believe he constantly starts playing like ZSL like this or even like previous season. Before that I didn't see him much on like rounds and usually there was like 35 players, and right now we have way more. And again, I'm using Ronan as example because I'm watching his stream during ZSL, and more, I would say like way more. Overall this time it was more than 100, and I thought that I won't be creating more pressure to myself. I like concentrating on like not to achieve like best result, I don't know, like going top 10, top 16, which is honestly for me it's nice to have a nice achievement, but the more players, the more competitive it becomes, and it's not overall showing like something. It's just comparison. But if like looking on your own progress, I thought or invented some new idea for me. It's basically try to beat all my GTR previous attempts. So if you see during the gameplay, there is like a white ghost, which also called Arder. It's basically my ghost, either from like this attempt like previous on the round, or if I play this track in like past, which again really great feature from this mode. It's show you the lines, everything. I don't think it's work like in other racing games when you can put the like time or like time gap in like tenths of the seconds, that like taken for example like Assetto Corsa, or well, I'm playing on Assetto Corsa, so I can take only this as an example. So you can put the time saying like your ghost from your best attempt should be 2/10 before you, so you have time to react on what they're doing or slightly change it to show the best result. As of I believe GTR is just like relative to you, so if you're like slower, it's just going. So they started at the same time with you and finish like faster or slower than you. So to see it, you need to be slower. Hope I explained it correctly. If it knows, but yeah, if and there is no like functions or like feature in the mode that allow the ghost be slightly ahead of you, or I missed it and I didn't like check every settings there. So yeah, my idea is just try to beat all my previous GTR attempt from like track review videos, and in most cases I made it. I believe there was like several tracks that well, it was weird for some reason. For some tracks I didn't have any time on GTR. I assume there could be like two options. One, if that track was like completely rebuilt by the after and changed drastically, that it didn't it basically could like count new track. I don't know, is it like enough to just add one element and GTR will count this as a new track even with the same link with everything inside of it? Or sometimes I kind of add extra checkpoints for tracks where it could be some cuts on the track, unintentional, but yeah. So I assume that when you have extra checkpoint, it's like should rebuild it. Yeah, it's my assumption for the GTR. And as I said, in most cases I've built it. I do it fun, but for some of them, not. And it was weird. I don't have like particular reason or understanding why it's happened. Why at some tracks you're shown best result, and for some you just can beat the previous. And I'm fine with when this is like the first track. You're just like rusty. You need time to like practice or do something like in training. Do several attempts. On previous several rounds, I have really good excuse. There was like a winter and it was cold even in my house. I mean, like it's still winter, but we have weird weather. We have like plus 10 in Celsius. So yeah, I'm saying like Celsius. It's for people who watching me from US side. So yeah, it is hard. So I don't have like really good excuse that my fingers are rusty. Basically muscle memory should be work fine, and same for like when I use all these steer limiters. For me it's working. I know I'm complaining a lot about my inconsistent driving, and like I can't do the same line over and over, even like following the ghost or something like that. I still can't control it, even if I'm doing like from like with gamepad. I think if I was using keyboard, my result will be way worse than it's happening right now. And yeah, so back to the like round itself. So probably you're not, but you won't see several really fast players like Lexter, Maki, and like Nick or several others who usually take part, at least for some tracks. But because of like several round when we have like almost 64 players on the track in the room, Akana this time opens the second room, at least for time slot 1, and that means that people would choose which room they want to start. So at the beginning, when I joined, there were like around 42, like let's say 40 plus in first room and 15 in second, and I didn't like go there. I didn't check who was there, because for me the more players the better, because again I'm using faster players for like my to improve my driving, you know. So yeah, and I honestly don't know how many players were in the second room, but and yet again, looking in numbers in Zeepkist ST's Super League data website, where like all results from all seasons. For the last season, there was 135 people who finished at least one track and received 1 point. So it's more than 2 rooms of 64. So yeah, I really love that we have more and more players for the Zeepkist or who take part in Zeepkist Super League. It is great, and also I love to see new authors who build new tracks. And like talking about new tracks, new ideas. So this time I put a Akane track on like breaking track, or like I don't know, like in the middle of the round track that I kind of build just to show it, because well, it also were done nice, and usually I miss it, but again, it's one of the creation, so why not to show it? And I have one cool idea, at least in my head. It sounds like cool idea, but as of for after, I believe it will be painful as hell. Just to, after like all 6 rounds and season finale, like combine all these like huge track with all this braking element in one big track, where basically you will spend like, I don't know, like 6-7 minutes just try to finish everything there with no failing. I know it will be like hell to finish it, and maybe even like harder to redo it, because not all rounds or break round track have like finish back to the beginning. I believe like the pipe 1 didn't have, so yeah. But this idea comes up only when I saw that you return back where you start with the Akane track. Oh yes, and let me know, do you find this idea interesting, or it will be, as I said, like a pretty hell track? I mean, like, I'm personally don't like track longer than 1 minute, knowing how Zeepkist is working, that you can't start from like the last checkpoint. You each time need to start from the scratch, and sometimes I found this very like nothing like unfair, but challenging, especially when you're losing near the end. You're crashing, or you slightly touch some element and Unity hits you, like throwing your Zeepkist, or like there's some inconsistency, I would say, with Unity. But everybody knows about it, like we all know about Unity bounds, that from like 10 similar jumps you can receive 10 different results. And talking about results or something like weird and funny, that track like off-road, like off-season visiting from Maki, Lexer, St. Nicholas, I believe it's one of the not many, at least for several last round track, where like judges missed like cut, and my personal opinion, which just as a joke you can consider that judges missed that only because judges who usually found all these errors or cuts build this track. So yeah, and the other really hard part for me, especially for this track, that with this cut I could be really fast, like cutting like almost 4.5 seconds, which put me in the top 7, like definitely top 10, but I didn't have like 1 second. I needed 1 second more, and I could do it. Without it, doing like in legit mode, it was 105. So it's a really big cut, but again, like 15 judges missed it, so no action there. There's no be any like track ban or something. It's just happened. I believe it's fair, like looking in situation like in FIA and other racing. If someone find a loophole in the rules, until it will be fixed, everyone can use it. And I'm like really focusing on that because someone in a chat during ZSL was asking, so yes, we found this cut, not everyone can use it, maybe because it's like slightly harder, you need to do like a slightly different approach. Again, for me it was like 2 attempts that I could easily land in there and not hitting the tree part. So yeah, and I kind of say like nothing. It is what it is. We won't like ban, we won't remove this track. And as I said, I think it's fair. And if you think otherwise, please let me know. Again, it's still possible to change rules to impact, because it's a like community race, and Akane, at least, like he have this file for every like round changes, like new suggestions, new ideas. So again, if you find something like you want to add or remove or slightly change, you can do it, like send in suggestions to during mid-seasons time, I guess. So, yeah, and that's why I'm putting my video slightly later, just because of this cut, to not give some like extra advantage to the second slot. If they will see this cut earlier, or someone will tell them, they will mostly use it. Again, I would use it because why not? And yeah, I don't know. But anyway, not a lot of information. I was talking about tracks, but yeah, some tracks, as usual, for me, I could say that some tracks were like unrecognizable for me. If there wasn't like a mod that showed me that, oh, you already played it, was surprisingly like when I played, I just don't remember this track. And I found out that during showcase, for example, like Blue Typhon track from Code Vault, sometimes it's beneficial for you to switch camera several times, like for the loop. I found that for me it's definitely easier to use a first person view camera, and after that go back to third, and it gives me the best result. And I really love that right now we have this opportunity to switch them. I really enjoy to see my result there. I generally think that such result could be achieved only with like switching camera for me, because when you go in like upside down, or there's like a really fast change of like perspective for your box, like upside down, go back, like loop, it's give you at least for me nausea. I hope I pronounced it correctly. So I'm lost in like camera, it's like hurt my brain. And yeah, and some tracks were opposite, very like not easy but easier. For example, track from Shadanuk, I believe it was Timber Bridge. Like during reviewing track, I was struggling on the pipe transition element. Each time I was like from like 5-6 attempt when I died, I like every time crashed there. But here it was some like worked differently, and I found that, well, it's very easy to do. For me, at least, I didn't crash there at all. I found another way, another place where I could crash, but not there. And again, for switching camera, I believe Incredible Zilk, another track when I even couldn't finish the track, especially checkpoint like 6-7 loop, or not loop, or transition, without not switching camera to first person view. Without it, I like for my like first 2-3 attempts, I was flying over the track because there's no barriers. So yeah, I found that this feature very, very good. And okay, guys, before we finish with all these tracks and reviewing, and I honestly don't know if I can like call it review, because yeah, it's me talking during like some video of the track with some not always related theme for the round. But overall, yeah, so probably maybe I should change the name, I don't know. Like not like round review, but at least I show you the result there. Well, at least if I remember to put whole like result for whole table for leaderboard. Yeah, maybe I should change it to, I don't know, to another name. If you have like good suggestion, just let me know. Leave your expression of this round in the comments. Do you like this theme? Overall, do you like next theme? And see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit likes, and bye.